You pursue profound peace and lasting well-being, seeking holistic vitality, a body radiating health and a mind clear as a mountain spring. Yet, you find only an insidious erosion of energy, a relentless mental fog, and a gnawing emptiness that no material comfort can fill. This isn't merely a modern malaise, it's an ancient affliction. Paramahansa Yogananda and the timeless wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita declare that true restoration and the awakening of your hidden treasure demand not a quick fix, but a rigorous daily reconsecration of your physical vessel as the sacred temple of your immortal soul, a practice demanding unflinching self-mastery and unwavering spiritual discipline. The world whispers promises of quick fixes, a pill for every ache, a diet for every fatigue, a trend for every spiritual void. You are told to optimize, to hack, to push harder, to consume more. But despite this relentless pursuit of external solutions, the inner sanctuary remains neglected, often desecrated. Your body, this miraculous instrument, is treated as a machine to be maintained, a canvas for fleeting vanity, or worse, a burden to be endured. This superficial engagement with your physical self is not merely inefficient, it is a profound act of spiritual amnesia, a forgetting of the divine blueprint that shaped your very form. The true inimigo comum here is not the external world, but the pervasive illusion of physical-only existence, the ego's tenacious identification with fleeting bodily sensations and external desires, leading to a spiritual amnesia regarding the body's sacred purpose. This is the dor occulta, abordada, the silent despair of feeling physically drained, spiritually disconnected, and unable to tap into inner reserves of energy and purpose, leading to a sense of unfulfilled potential, a sense that the deepest part of you, your alma, remains unexpressed, its tesoro untouched. This journey is not about weight loss or aesthetic perfection. It is about recovering the lost reverence for the body as a santuario corpo, the prime vehicle through which your divino essence expresses itself. It is about understanding that your physical vitality is inextricably linked to your spiritual liberation. When Yogananda spoke of the body, he saw beyond flesh and bone. He saw a powerful, energetic system designed to facilitate the soul's evolution. When Krishna, in the Bhagavad Gita, guided Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he was not merely teaching martial strategy, but the dharma of the alma, the science of right action in the world, which always begins with the mastery of one's own instrument, the body and mind. The wisdom of the yogis, echoed by Krishna's mensajam to humanity, posits that your physical well-being is not a separate entity from your spiritual despertar. It is its very foundation, its crucible. Consider the modern epidemic of chronic fatigue, anxiety, and a profound sense of inner emptiness. These are not merely physiological or psychological ailments. They are symptoms of a deeper spiritual disease, a disconnect from the inner Rayquaza that resides within. Your body carries the karma of past actions, past choices, past neglects. It is a living record, a testament to your journey. To ignore its signals, to numb its pains with transient remedies, is to ignore the insistent call of your own consciencia, pleading for recognition and release. The spiritual medicine that Yogananda and the Bhagavad Gita offer is not a panacea for instant comfort, but a surgical intervention into the very fabric of your being. It demands courage to face the truth, autodominio to repattern destructive habits, and unwavering disciplina to align your physical actions with your highest spiritual aspirations. It's a path for the brave, for those who are tired of superficial bandages and crave radical, eternal healing. Your current state of health, your mental clarity, your emotional resilience, these are direct reflections of your spiritual attunement. The secret lies not in what you consume, but in how you consecrate. It lies in the powerful intention you infuse into every breath, every movement, every moment. It lies in recognizing that the treasure you seek outside, the vitality, The peace, the purpose, is already nestled within you, waiting to be unearthed by conscious effort and divine connection. This is the ultimate awakening, the realization that your body is not a prison for the soul, but a sacred temple, a dynamic conduit through which the divine flows. It is the vessel for your dharma, your sacred purpose, and the altar for your bhakti, your unwavering devotion. To neglect this vessel is to sever the connection to your own deepest riqueza. So I ask you, if you truly desire to awaken the riqueza of your alma, to dissolve the layers of karma that cloud your vessel, and to finally live from a place of unshakable consciencia and eterno purpose, are you willing to confront the hidden truths within your own form? If you've ever felt a profound disconnection from your physical self, or sensed that your body holds keys to a deeper spiritual reality, comment temple below. Because the journey to restore your body and awaken its hidden treasure is not a gentle stroll, it is a conscious despertar, a disciplined pilgrimage into the very core of your being. Are you ready to discover the ancient secrets that prove your physical being is not merely dust, but a divino blueprint for an eterno consciencia, a conduit for powerful karma to be transmuted into riqueza? And what if the very essence of your greatest treasure lies in understanding that this santuario corpo is not yours to own but yours to steward for the divine? The profound erosion of energy and the spiritual emptiness you feel, hinted at in our opening, are not random occurrences. They are the echoes of a deeper conditioning, a crisis rooted in how we as a society have collectively forgotten the true nature of the santuario corpo. There was a crucial moment, not just in this lifetime but echoing through countless generations, where humanity made a subtle yet devastating unconscious decision to view the body as merely a biological machine, an object of fleeting vanity, or a collection of sensations to be appeased or exploited, rather than a sacred instrument of the soul. This was an unwitting vow of spiritual amnesia, a collective trauma perpetuated by ignorance and sustained by the relentless drumbeat of material culture. This forgotten truth is the very foundation of the dor oculta abordada, the persistent feeling of being physically drained, spiritually disconnected, and unable to tap into the hidden treasure of your inner riqueza. Consider the incessant narrative of modern life. Consume, perform, achieve, display. Your physical form is judged, commodified, and constantly pressured to conform to external ideals. From the moment you awaken, your body is often subjected to stimulants to jumpstart it, processed foods to fuel it, and endless digital inputs to distract it. This relentless pace dulls your divine potential because it disconnects you from the subtle intelligence within. This external focus blinds you to the powerful energetic currents flowing through you. The very life force that Yogananda taught is the manifestation of spirit. We are taught to manage symptoms, to alleviate discomfort with temporary fixes, never to question the fundamental premise that the body is merely a vessel for mundane experiences. This is the heart of the inimigo comum, the illusion that your physical reality is separate from your spiritual reality, that your body is not intrinsically part of the despertar process. This illusion leads to a profound sense of exhaustion and an inability to access the eternal wisdom your soul intrinsically holds. The ancient yogis, whose wisdom Yogananda brought to the West, understood the body with an entirely different lens. They revered it as the most sophisticated instrument for self-realization, a microcosm of the entire divine cosmos. For them, the body was not a hindrance to spiritual progress, but a necessary vehicle for it. The Bhagavad Gita repeatedly emphasizes the importance of mastering the senses and the physical form as a prerequisite for higher consciencia. Krishna instructs Arjuna not to abandon his duty, dharma, but to perform it with detachment, purifying his actions and, by extension, his physical instrument. This active engagement, consecrated by divine intention, transforms the mundane into the sacred, This is why the body's condition directly reflects the state of your alma. If your body is riddled with tension, disease, or lethargy, it is a mensagem from your deeper self, indicating a misalignment, an unresolved karma that is manifesting physically, obscuring your riqueza. The karma you carry, whether from this life or previous ones, is not merely an abstract spiritual debt. It is inscribed within your cellular memory, your energetic field, and the very blueprint of your physical form. Chronic ailments, recurring patterns of fatigue, even specific physical traits can be traced back to these energetic imprints. Yogananda emphasized that the physical body is the gross manifestation of the subtle astral body, which in turn is a reflection of the causal body, the seat of karma. Therefore, to truly restore the physical body is to engage in a profound process of karmic purification. It is to consciously work through the energetic blockages that prevent the free flow of divine life force, or prana, throughout your system. Without this purification, without acknowledging the secret energetic undercurrents, any attempts at physical healing will remain superficial, addressing only the symptoms, never the root cause. Your alma yearns for liberation, and it uses the I, Santuario Corpo, as its primary communicative tool, constantly sending powerful mensagens through physical sensations, urging you towards despertar. This isn't about blaming the body for its suffering. It's about empowering you to understand its language and to work in harmony with its deepest spiritual intelligence. Your body isn't working against you. It's working for your liberation, using discomfort as a powerful signal to prompt a deeper inquiry. The path of autodominio and disciplina that Yogananda preached is precisely this, a conscious effort to purify the Santuario Corpo through right living, right thought, and right action. It's about recognizing that every meal, every breath, every movement is an opportunity to either reinforce karmic patterns or to dissolve them, to either obscure or reveal the eternal treasure within. The Bhagavad Gita's teachings on balanced living, not too much, not too little, are a practical guide to this very purification, setting the stage for consciencia to expand and for the riqueza of the alma to be felt. What if the fatigue you feel isn't just a lack of sleep, but a subtle energy drain caused by an ongoing battle between your ego's desires and your soul's dharma? What if the aches in your joints are not just signs of aging, but physical manifestations of rigid karma or emotional resistance to the divine flow? The journey to restore the body begins with this radical reevaluation. It begins with acknowledging that your body is a powerful ally in your spiritual evolution, a sensitive barometer of your inner state, and the primary conduit for your despertar. But understanding this ancient forgetting, this collective spiritual amnesia, is merely the map of the battlefield. The first real struggle is against the insidious, ingrained habits and beliefs that perpetuate this illusion within you, against your own mechanisms of defense that seek comfort in the known, even if that known is pain. How will you begin to dismantle the walls that keep your Santuario Corpo from truly embodying its divino riqueza and unlock the secret of eterno consciencia, the revelation of the body as a forgotten temple and the repository of your soul's obscured treasure, initiates not a peaceful retreat, but a fierce internal guerra against the inimigo comum, the illusion of physical-only existence. This isn't a gentle ascension, it's a narrowing funnel where each trial grows more intense, and the emotional cost of avoidance escalates. The journey from intellectual understanding to lived experience is paved with these escalating tensions, forcing you deeper into conflict until surrender becomes the only viable path to libertação. The first stage of this battle is the external conflict, the clash between your awakening perception of the body's sacredness and the prevailing societal misconceptions. You begin to see how the world treats the Santuario Corpo as either an object of glorification or shame, missing its profound divine purpose entirely. The media bombards you with images of physical perfection, creating an unattainable ideal that fosters comparison and self-condemnation. Simultaneously, Many spiritual paths, ironically, advocate a disassociation from the body, treating it as a distraction or a mere temporary shell. But Krishna, in the Bhagavad Gita, offered Arjuna a different path. He taught the Dharma of the warrior, emphasizing that right action, performed with skill and detachment, is the very essence of spiritual practice. Your body, far from being a cage, is the primary instrument through which your dharma is to be performed in the world. It is the field of action where your karma unfolds and where new, powerful seeds of spiritual growth can be planted. To neglect this instrument, to treat it with disrespect or apathy, is to sabotage your own divine purpose. But how do you navigate a world that insists on either worshiping your form or rejecting it, when your alma yearns to transcend both extremes and use the santuario corpo as a powerful vessel for despertar? This external pressure inevitably gives way to the second stage, the internal battle, where the ego's tenacious resistance emerges. Your mind, accustomed to comfort and attachment to physical identity, will raise 1,000 objections. It will cling to old habits, rationalizing lethargy, unhealthy choices, or an excessive focus on external validation. I'm too tired. I don't have time. It's just my body. It doesn't matter as much as my mind. These are the insidious whispers of the ego, the inimigo comum, attempting to maintain its dominion over your consciencia. It fears the discipline, the self-mastery, the surrender required to transform the body into a divine instrument. Yogananda, with his scientific approach to Kriya Yoga, provided the tools to spiritualize the body, to refine its energies, and to make it a more receptive conduit for divine current. He showed that bhakti, devotion, is not just an emotional state, but a profound energy that can be channeled through the body's every action, consecrating it. When you eat with bhakti, your food becomes prana. When you move with bhakti, your steps become a dance with the divine. The ego, however, resists this secret, this surrender to divine will, preferring the illusion of control. It will threaten your incipient peace, your budding clarity, your spiritual progress. Can you hear the internal protests as you consider transforming your mundane actions into sacred offerings? Or will you allow the ego's familiar comforts to continue obscuring your eterno treasure? This brings us to the most profound stage, the paradox of surrender. To truly master the santuario corpo, to unleash its hidden treasure and restore its inherent divine vitality, one must paradoxically surrender the ego's grip over it. It is not about forcing the body into submission, but dedicating it to a higher purpose, making it an offering. This is the essence of karma yoga, action performed without attachment to results, solely as an act of service to the divine. It's the moment you stop asking, "What can my body do for me?" and start asking, "How can my body serve the divine?" This radical shift in perspective transmutes suffering into strength and discipline into devotion. As Krishna told Arjuna, perform your duty, equipoised, abandoning all attachment to success or failure. Such equanimity is called yoga. This is where the body ceases to be a separate entity and becomes a seamless extension of your alma, a channel for divine will, not personal desire. This powerful act of despertar transforms your daily physical existence into a continuous, conscious communion. But this surrender comes with its own terrifying beauty. It means letting go of every preconceived notion of who you are, what your body is, and what its purpose should be. It demands a faith that transcends logic, a trust in the divine orchestrator. Are you willing to embrace this paradox, to release your ego's stranglehold on your physical form, and discover the eterno riqueza that awaits when your santuario corpo becomes a vessel of divine consciencia? Or will the fear of the unknown keep you bound by the limits of the physical illusion? This journey has led us from the forgotten temple of the santuario corpo to the battlefield where the ego wages war against its divine purpose. Now we arrive at the crucible of transformation, the absolute climax, the practical alchemy of karma yoga and kriya principles, a disciplined path designed to purify your physical vessel and reveal your soul's inherent riqueza, the hidden treasure that has always been within. This is not about intellectual discourse. It is about the visceral experience of despertar, the ceremonial death of the old, limited identity, and the rebirth of an expanded consciencia. The first alchemical tool is karma yoga, the yoga of action. Krishna's mensajam to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita is profoundly simple, yet powerful. Act without attachment to the fruits of your actions. This is not a passive indifference, but an active, consecrated engagement with the world. Every movement of your santuario corpo, every breath you take, every task you undertake can be transformed into a spiritual offering. When you perform your duties with unwavering focus, with your heart attuned to the divine, and release the outcome to a higher power, you are not merely doing, you are purifying. This karma yoga transmutes the dense energy of egocentric action, which binds you to the wheel of karma, into the liberating energy of selfless service. It is through this disciplina that the physical body, often seen as a source of desires and limitations, becomes a direct conduit for divine grace. Your hands become the hands of God, your feet the feet of the divine. This isn't just theory. It's a living, breathing practice that directly cleanses the subtle channels within your santuario corpo, allowing prana, the life force, to flow unimpeded. The physical vitality you sought, the clarity of mind, the emotional resilience, they are all byproducts of this sacred action, a testament to the eternal principle that true service to the divine is the highest form of self-purification. Beyond karma yoga, Paramahansa Yogananda introduced the powerful science of Kriya Yoga, a profound system of spiritual practices. While the full Kriya techniques are taught through specific initiation, its principles offer a universal blueprint for purifying the physical and subtle bodies. At its core, Kriya involves sophisticated breath control, pranayama, specific postures, asanas, and concentrated meditation techniques designed to reverse the flow of energy in the spine, directing it upwards, towards the divine centers of consciencia. This conscious regulation of prana is the ultimate secret to restoring the santuario corpo and unlocking its hidden treasure. Imagine your body as a temple whose inner sanctum is obscured by dust, cobwebs, and debris, the accumulated karma, the unaddressed traumas, the toxic habits. Kriya practices are the diligent, disciplined process of cleansing this temple, not just physically, but energetically and spiritually. As these blockages dissolve, the divine energy, your inherent riqueza, which Yogananda called the cosmic consciousness, begins to flow freely. This is the moment of alchemical transformation, the lead of your physical suffering, your perceived limitations, and your spiritual disconnection, purified in the intense fire of karma yoga and kriya principles, transmutes into the pure gold of divine consciencia. This isn't something you force, it's something that happens in you. The chronics, fatigue that once plagued you dissolves as prana surges through your being. The mental fog lifts, revealing a mind sharp, focused, and intuitively connected. The dor occulta abordada, the sense of spiritual emptiness, is replaced by an overflowing wellspring of inner peace, boundless energy, and unshakable joy. You don't just think you are connected to the divine, you feel it. The hidden treasure is revealed not as a distant goal, but as your very nature, the blissful, eternal. Atman, the soul identical with Brahman. This is the despertar Yogananda promised, a tangible, visceral experience where your santuario corpo becomes a vibrant conduit for divine consciencia, a powerful instrument for dharma and bhakti. Your physical vitality is no longer a superficial pursuit, but an integral part of your libertação. Consider this profoundly. You have spent a lifetime attempting to manage, control, or simply ignore the mensagens of your santuario corpo. But what if every ache, every pang of fatigue, every moment of disconnection was not a punishment but a divino secret, a powerful invitation from your alma to engage in this sacred alchemy? What if your santuario corpo has always held the secret to unlocking your eterno riqueza, and your resistance has been the only barrier? If you acknowledge that your body has been sending you powerful mensagens you've neglected, and you're ready to embrace the disciplina required to transform it into a santuario corpo for divine consciencia, comment alchemy below. The profound internal shift you are undergoing, the despertar of your santuario corpo into a vessel for divine energy, will fundamentally alter your perception of reality itself. What does it mean to live, to move, to breathe in a world where your physical being is a continuously flowing conduit of divine energy, where your very existence is a testament to the eterno conciencia and riqueza of your alma, constantly purifying karma and expressing dharma? How will the mundane now appear, viewed through the eyes of a santuario corpo, transformed into a living temple? The journey through the crucible of karma yoga and kriya principles, this intense alchemy, leads to a profound despertar, transforming the very fabric of your being. When the divine fire touches the physical, when the santuario corpo becomes a living temple, a powerful shift occurs. This is the new normal, living when heaven has touched earth, not as an abstract concept but as a tangible embodied reality. The mystical experience of inner purification translates into radical changes in your daily life, the materialization of a profound awakening. Your body, once perceived as a source of struggle, limitations, or superficial vanity, is now understood as a vibrant, highly sensitive instrument of divine will. The chronic fatigue and mental fogginess that once defined your mornings begin to recede, replaced by a consistent flowing current of inner energy. This isn't a temporary jolt. It's a stable, eternal wellspring of vitality, a direct result of the clearing of energetic blockages and the realignment of your subtle system with cosmic prana. Paramahansa Yogananda spoke extensively of the importance of harmonizing the body's energy with the infinite energy of the universe. Through disciplina and autodominio, you no longer drain your vital force. Instead, you learn to draw it directly from the divine source, enriching every cell of your santuario corpo. The hidden treasure is now fully revealed. It is not an external gain, but an unshakable inner peace that no circumstance can disrupt, a boundless energy that fuels your highest aspirations, an intuitive clarity that guides your every decision, and a constant, palpable sense of connection to the divine, whether you call it Krishna, Brahman, or God. The door occulta, abordada, that silent despair of feeling spiritually disconnected and unfulfilled, is replaced by an overflowing riqueza of purpose and meaning. You recognize your alma as an integral part of the cosmic fabric, and your physical form as its perfect vehicle for expression in this earthly plane. This realization is not fleeting. It is anchored in the daily, dedicated practice of your dharma and bhakti. Remember the relentless modern anxiety about health, the constant fear of disease, the endless pursuit of perfect diets and fitness regimes. In your new normal, these concerns are viewed through a transformed lens. The body is no longer a fragile entity prone to external threats, but a resilient temple imbued with divine intelligence. You begin to understand that true health springs from inner harmony. Minor ailments are no longer seen as punitive, but as gentle mensagens from your santuario corpo, guiding you toward deeper attunement, prompting a recalibration of energy, thought, or action. You listen to your body with reverence, not fear, understanding its needs and responding with conscientia and wisdom. Every meal becomes an act of bhakti, nourishing the divine within. Every movement, an expression of karma yoga, performed with awareness and detachment. This integrated approach, rooted in the teachings of Yogananda and the Bhagavad Gita, brings not just physical well-being, but a profound spiritual libertação. Your relationship with the world also transforms. The noise and chaos that once felt overwhelming now seem distant, observed from a serene vantage point within your santuario corpo. You become the testemunha illuminata, present in the world but not of it, engaging with compassion and wisdom, but untouched by its illusions. The inimigo comum, the illusion of physical-only existence, loses its power over you. You see through Maya's veil, recognizing the divine play in every interaction, every challenge. This despertar empowers you to live with unwavering strength and gentle grace, embodying the eternal truths in every aspect of your life. Your riqueza is no longer measured by external possessions, but by the boundless, divine consciência, pulsating within your consecrated santuario corpo, a powerful testimony to the secret of karma transformed into libertação. This restoration of the santuario corpo is not a one-time event. It is a continuous process of refinement, a living testament to your devotion and disciplina. The teachings of Krishna on maintaining equanimity in all circumstances resonate profoundly. Your awakened body becomes a mirror of your divine connection, radiating a palpable sense of peace and purpose. The mensagem you now carry, not just in words but in your very presence, is one of hope and libertação. You are no longer merely surviving. You are thriving, a powerful beacon for consciência, a living embodiment of the hidden treasure that awaits all who dare to purify their santuario corpo and align with their eterno alma and dharma. The karma that once bound you now serves as a reminder of the divine path you have traversed, a testament to the riqueza you have rediscovered within, proving that the santuario corpo is indeed the temple of the divine. You have undergone the profound alchemy, witnessed the despertar of your santuario corpo into a divine temple, and unveiled the hidden treasure of your alma, the sense of peace, the surge of vitality, the eterno consciência that now flows through you. It is a testament to unwavering disciplina and consecrated action. But what if this libertação, this personal awakening, was not just for you? What if your restored body and the riqueza you've unearthed are not the end of the journey, but the preparation for a grander mission, a powerful purpose that extends far beyond your individual dharma? The inimigo comum, the illusion of physical-only existence, the ego's identification with fleeting sensations, still grips the vast majority of humanity. They remain trapped in the cycle of karma, experiencing the dor oculta abordada of spiritual disconnection, seeking solace in ephemeral pleasures and external fixes. Your liberated state, your santuario corpo radiating divine energy, is now a beacon, a living mensagem of what is possible. Yogananda emphasized that personal liberation is but the first step towards universal awakening. Krishna, in the Bhagavad Gita, constantly urged Arjuna not only to achieve victory for himself, but to uphold dharma for the entire world. Your individual despertar carries with it an implicit sacred responsibility to radiate that truth, to embody that wisdom, and to inspire others to seek their own hidden treasure. Consider the profound secret of your very presence now. Every breath you take, every word you speak, every action you perform from this place of divine consciência sends ripples into the collective energetic field. You are no longer just an individual. You are a channel for higher truth, a living example of the powerful transformation available to all who dare to look within their own santuario corpo. The karma you have dissolved, the riqueza you have gained, is not meant to be hoarded but to illuminate the path for others still struggling in the darkness of spiritual amnesia. This eterno journey is not merely about achieving personal samadhi, it is about helping to elevate the consciência of the planet. But how do you, a single awakened soul in a world still largely asleep, fulfill this immense divine mandate without becoming re-entangled in the very illusions you have transcended? How do you share the mensagem of libertação from the inimigo comum without succumbing to the ego's desire for recognition or the karma of attachment? Is your newly restored Santuario Corpo simply a vessel for personal joy, or is it now a powerful instrument for the divine to express its boundless love and wisdom through you, becoming a conduit for universal healing, transforming your riqueza into collective despertar? You are no longer a mere seeker. You are a living temple, a vessel of awakened truth, your Santuario Corpo now resonating with the divine riqueza of your alma. You have walked the path of disciplina, confronted the inimigo comum, and unveiled the hidden treasure within. This isn't the end of your eterno journey. It is the sacred threshold to an even grander dharma. Your personal transformation, guided by the powerful wisdom of Yogananda and Krishna, has revealed a blueprint, a secret mensagem for others yearning for the same libertação. Now, the natural, logical next step for an awakened consciencia is not to retreat, but to deepen your commitment and expand your impact. You possess the divine understanding that the Santuario Corpo is the primary instrument for despertar, for transmuting karma, and for experiencing eterno riqueza. This wisdom is too powerful to remain dormant. If this mensagem has resonated with the deepest chambers of your alma, if you feel the insistent call to not only sustain your despertar, but to become a beacon for others, then I invite you to join our community of awakened souls. Subscribe to this channel, engage with our content, and share your insights. By doing so, you are not just consuming information, you are actively participating in a collective awakening, strengthening the network of divine conscientia on this planet. Your journey, your restoration, your riqueza, they are all part of a larger, eterno tapestry. Take this step and let your Santuario Corpo, your living temple, become an even more powerful instrument in the divine orchestration of global libertação. The next chapter of your Dharma awaits.